My earliest memory was actually me and my friend every Saturday would, about probably 1968, 1969, that was our regular haunt, and we knew we would get to see really good bands. We didn't realise at the time how big the bands were going to be, and just sort of blessed to go and see good rock bands because that's where we were both at the time. And we saw people like Taste and Rory Gallagher, Howlin' Wolf, King Crimson, Edgar Broughton, and we didn't realise at the time, how big they were going to become, and I thought it was a great sort of place to hang out. I'm so pleased that we got the chance to sort of be there at the time and sort of feel it and taste it all, because you can't really explain if you weren't there. People would have to be there and sort of experience it themselves. But we thoroughly enjoyed our Saturdays down there were brilliant. I felt totally safe there, and we had a great bunch of friends that we used to meet there all the time. It was part of the 60s and the 70s, and yeah, great times. Great times. Just different. It was a place that came alive, as soon as people got in there. I think they helped to make the atmosphere. The bands absolutely loved it,
And they were approachable, weren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we used to, you couldn't get near a band now, really. I mean, it's all changed. But then you could, on a sort of a break, like you'd see the support bands, but then you'd see the main band, and at the end of the evening, they'd always be ready to talk to you, or, if you wanted to ask them a few questions or where they're going to be playing next, they were always really sort of pleased to talk to you, and that sort of one-to-one thing, you can't get that now. You can't get near them now, but that was part of the magic of the Roundhouse, was the fact that you could actually get close to some good bands and actually talk to them. I couldn't remember how much it was to get in, but I do know they used to stamp our hands to get in, and we just thought it was brilliant. It was just well worth the money. God, can you imagine if it was 3 shillings to go and see a brilliant band, two bands,
and the DJ and the light show.
Yep, yeah. All that, and it was just really funny. I mean, what you got to play now, to go and see a band, one band. It's crazy. But I would. I mean, I still love to go and see like big bands, and I would pay to go and see whoever I really enjoyed, because it's the times have gone on and the prices have gone up. But at the time, that was pretty good value, I think. The Roundhouse.
And you still remember the band's fondly now? What are you doing now, Bonnie?
Well, I always enjoyed music, and I think probably because of my love of music, I did go in a rock band for a little while with another partner of mine, but that sadly got knocked on the head because we didn't make any money. We had some good gigs in and around the Essex area, but we just couldn't make any money. So then I decided, what am I going to do? I don't want to be in a 9-to-5 job. So it's either been sort of acting or, which I've done some of, worked with a few people like Benny Hill and Little and Larger, my best buddies. So did some summer seasons and pantos, and sort of went in a different direction musically, which took me around the world. I went to go on, cruise ships and stuff. Never really wanting I wasn't really singing what I wanted, but it was a living, and it is still a living for me, and I enjoy it. I enjoy singing, but I'd love to have been in one of those rock bands. We didn't see many women in rock bands then. Grace Slick maybe,
Well,
and
Curved
Air, yeah. But not many females really.
No, possible.
Which was a shame, really.
Yeah.
Could have been up there with them, but
Yeah.
that was my dream. But I never played an instrument, so it was just purely singing. But I was quite happy to go and see the bands there, Wishbone Ash and the Strawbs and so many, I wish I'd have made a diary, really, of the people I got to see, that you don't think of those things when you're younger. You just go and see the bands and think, they were really hot. You know, go and see them again somewhere. Deep Purple, you know, great. Never thought how big they would become, you know.
Yes.
So really, I'm glad that I got to see them at that time when they were a
At
bit
that
raw.
level.
You know, I just think that places like the Roundhouse and all the other gigs, you know, venues in and around Essex, I thought they were great sort of starting places for these bands, and I'm sure they're eternally grateful for those gigs. You know, I bet they've got fond memories of them.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be nice to see it sort of. It would be lovely to see it put on the map. You know, because it was a big part of the 60s and 70s, the Roundhouse. I mean, it was so well known. So I'm glad I was part of it, really.
Thank you.